Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Since there were so many of you who loved my sunflower granny square tutorial, I thought that it also might be useful to show you how to create a very basic granny square. So this is what I'm going to show you in today's video, and this is going to be our final product. So I will be following the same pattern as you can see here by using the same colors. So all of my colors are here, and this is what I'm going to teach you today. This tutorial is going to be super beginner friendly, so I'm sure that any one of you will be able to replicate this. So let's get started. And the first color that we are going to use is going to be this one. So let me just grab that, and we will be starting by creating a magic ring. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. If not, I'm going to show you just now. So to do a magic ring, you basically have to grab your yarn and tie it around your fingers, two of your fingers like this, and leave the second piece of yarn behind there. So the first piece is here, and then the second is kind of creating a cross. And then you grab your crochet hook, go through the first loop here, and grab the second one like this. Pull it through, and you basically have created a loop on your hook. And then you just grab yarn again and make a chain. So this is your first chain, and then you're just going to make two more, 1 and 2. So basically what you have done now is that you have chained 3, and now we can start to complete our first round, or like the first stitches that we have to do. And we will be starting by doing 2 more double crochets. So if you don't know how to do double crochet, I'm going to show you again. So what you have to do basically now is that you have to yarn over, then go through the magic ring that we have here, grab the yarn and pull it through. So now you basically have 3 loops on your hook, then yarn over again, go through the first 2 and then the remaining 2. And that's our first double crochet from this part, and we just have to do another one. So yarn over, go through, grab yarn and pull it through. You have 3 loops, yarn over again, go through first 2 and remaining 2. And we have completed the first part of our first round. So once you're done with these, and of course the 3 chains that we did in the beginning basically counts as one of our 3 stitches in this one. But yeah, once you have done this, you just have to chain 3. So yarn over and pull it through, 1, 2 and 3. And now we can move forward. And also, if you feel like you always have to keep in mind that you have to have this second piece of yarn whenever you're doing stitches. And if you feel like you're running out of it, then just feel free to pull it a little bit. It will tighten the circle, but you will have more yarn here basically. So whenever doing stitches, make sure that you have 2 yarn pieces underneath. And now we can continue with the next part by doing 3 double crochets again. So yarn over, go through 3 pieces, yarn over, pull through 2 and pull through 2, and do 2 more. And the last one. So here I have my second piece, and again after that chain 3, 3, 2 and 1. Again I'm just tightening the yarn here to make the circle a little bit smaller, and chaining 3 double crochets again. 1, 2 and 3. So the third one, chain 3 again, and now we just have to do the last bit. So again, 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and once we finished with it, 3 chains. And now we are basically done. So the next step for us is to tighten the circle or magic ring, and to do that you basically have to pull by the piece of this yarn that we have here. And as you can see, it tightens very nicely and very pretty. Just make sure that it's kind of secure and you are done. And now what we have to do is just to close this up to finish it. And to do that, we basically have to do a slip stitch to connect both of these parts together. Normally, people are connecting it on the top of the chain 3, but I like to do it on the top of this stitch, just to make sure that the gap here isn't too loose, but it's up to you how you want to do it. So to do a slip stitch, you just have to go through both loops here on top of the stitch, then grab some yarn and pull it through, and then also pull it through the loop on your hook that you have before, like this, to have just one loop. And then chain 1, pull the yarn a little bit longer, grab your scissors and cut it off. And now you just have to make sure that it's tight and secure by pulling it to make a knot in there. And we are done with our first round. So whenever I'm done, I already like to weave in this loose end, just so it's easier at the very end, and we don't have to deal with all of these things, because it's quite annoying at the end that you have to spend so much time on that. So I always try to do it whenever I'm done with the round. And the way how I do it is basically, so this is our front side, so I turn it around to have it on the left side, and then just pulling the yarn like this to weave it in the stitches that we have, and just go around to make sure that it's hidden and you kind of don't see it and it's not in your way anymore, especially when proceeding with the next round. So just a couple of more to make sure that it's hidden properly. And let's say that that's okay. So now, once we have finished with the first round, we can proceed with the next one. And from now on, it's going to be pretty much the same and very basic. I will be starting or continuing with this color, and the process to connect it is also very simple. You just have to go through one of the gaps that you have here, and let's say I will be starting with this one. So really just pulling the yarn through the gap that we have, or the hole, and then making a secure knot to make sure that nothing is becoming loose or untying or anything like that. So just make a knot there, and then go through the hole here with your hook, grab a yarn to have a loop on your hook, and then chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And now we can continue with the 3 double crochets as we did before. So this chain of 3 will count as the first one. So now we have to do 2 more. So yarn over, go through the whole 2 pieces, and pull the yarn through remaining 2, and another one. Now we have 3. And because this is going to be our corner, similar as during the previous round, we will have to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And then again 3 double crochets in the same gap. Two, and the last one. So we have made our corner here, and now we can already move on to the next one. And as you can see, I'm also trying to hide this piece of yarn, so I'm just trying to connect it together or make the stitches on top of that so it's not loose anywhere. But basically what we have to do is to do our double crochets in here. So again, 3 in a row and just proceeding there, and at the same time trying to hide the piece of yarn that we had. First double crochet, second one, and the third. And 3 chains, and again doing 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So the second corner is also completed, and we are moving again to the next one until we go all the way around. And 3 chains, and again 3 more double crochets. So this is how it looks now, and I'm sure that it makes sense because you're basically doing the same thing all the way around. So just do the remaining corner in here and then connect it, and I will meet you again on our third round. So now I'm done with the second round and we can move further with the third one, and this is how it looks now. As you can see, whenever we are adding an extra round, we are also getting these extra holes in here, and that just means that we will have to add stitches also in there. So yeah, I will just show you how we are starting with the third round, but basically from now on everything is literally the same, and you just have to add 3 double crochets in every single hole that you have in between your previous round. So just attach the yarn here and make a knot, and proceed with doing chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3, and then in the first one do 2 additional double crochets. So 1 and 2. This is how it looks, and then we are moving to the next one, and next one for us is the corner. So chaining 3 in there, 1, 2, and 3. 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3, and then again 3 double crochets. So this is this part, and then we are just moving to the next one, and again 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So this is the bit that I have created just now, but I think you get my point. It's pretty much all the time the same, and you're just adding 3 double crochets in every single hole that you have, and you can easily mix and match colors in the way that you prefer the best. And I will literally be following the same pattern that I already created for this granny square, and it's up to you how many rows you want to add, whatever colors you want to use. If you want, you can use literally the same color for every single round. And also, it's not mandatory to only use double crochets. You can also use different kinds of stitches, such as half double crochets, triple crochets, or even single crochets. It's totally up to you. And yeah, I hope this tutorial was useful for you. And if you have any questions, then feel free to leave them in the comment section and I will take them from there. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up, and see you later. Bye!